Hi there, students. Lead. Okay, but L-E-D-E. This is a journalist word, a journalism word, and this is the first sentence or the first paragraph of a news article that normally explains what the story is about. So very often you'll have a news article, there'll be a headline, and then there'll be a lead, there'll be the first sentence which tells you what it's going to be about, or it gives the main points of the stories in a very short paragraph, and then the real article starts. So the lead reads, 4 out of 5 English teachers can't spell. Okay, so the newspaper put misleading information in the lead. So the lead is the beginning bit of an article, the introduction. Or maybe you've got a blog, and in the first couple of lines you explain, or the first paragraph you explain what you're going to write about. It's like an introduction. Most commonly we see this phrase lead in the idiom bury the lead. And to bury the lead is something that newspapers sometimes have done for a very long time, is to not put the emphasis on the most important part of an article, to put it way down, not emphasizing the most important information about something. So they use the journalistic trick, such as burying the lead, hiding the real piece of news in the 8th paragraph. Do you think the Times buried the lead on this one? Normally newspapers bury the lead is when this is not good news for the people that they support, because nowadays newspapers have a political position, and when there is news that does not support their political position, very often they bury the lead and they hide it somewhere down in the body of the article. They do say it, but you've got to read all of it very carefully to actually realize. So the lead is the introduction, the introductory portion of a news story, particularly the stories. Let's see. Lead itself is actually an obsolete spelling of lead, a lead metal strip. And this word has been revived for modern journalists to distinguish the lead from lead, a strip of metal separating the type. But the lead, okay, L-E-D-E, the leading part of the article, the initial bit, the first sentence that gives the most important points of the story. Okay, and then to bury the lead, to not emphasize the most important part of the story, because it's not in your interest. You don't really want to you want to bury it, you want to hide it. And burying the lead is really hiding the important part, because the lead should draw your attention, it should grab your attention and should summarize the main points. Now it's interesting that this word lead, L-E-D-E, didn't come in, has only been in the dictionaries perhaps 15 or 20 years, and it's a newspaper word that has actually come into the language, but the lead. I think nowadays we see the lead. We see, well, the newspapers still are published, but very often the lead on a news article in internet where you're reading it, okay, it's the first paragraph. It's the bit that entices you to click on the news article to read all of it. If you go to various newspaper websites, you'll see they've normally got a picture and then a small headline or perhaps a small paragraph about something, and that nowadays is the lead. It's something that's intended to entice the reader to read the full story. It's the introductory section of a news story. And to bury the lead, to hide the news, because you don't want everyone, you don't want to promulgate the news so much. So burying the lead. Okay, so lead, the beginning of a news article, the most important part, the introductory portion, the main part. So yeah, the lead. It's an old-fashioned spelling of lead to indicate the paragraph which constitutes the lead, the first part, because maybe this introductory paragraph will be in slightly larger type than the rest of it. So formality, the lead, bury the lead. I think I'm going to give this a 6 in formality. So lead. Bye for now.